Hollywood sells us dreams. Perfect smiles, red carpets, heartwarming speeches. But behind the glitter and the glamour, some of these so-called icons act less like stars and more like absolute nightmares. From toxic workplaces to criminal convictions, these 5 celebrities proved that fame doesn't guarantee basic human decency. Buckle up, because these stories will shock you. Number 1. Bill Cosby, from America's dad to convicted predator. For decades, Bill Cosby was America's dad. The Cosby Show dominated the 1980s and 90s. Families gathered around their TVs every Thursday night to watch Dr. Cliff Huxtable dispense wisdom, crack jokes, and raise his kids with warmth and humor. Bill Cosby wasn't just an actor. He was a cultural institution, a role model, a symbol of black excellence and family values. And it was all a lie. In 2014, the mask began to slip. Comedian Hannibal Buress made a joke during a stand-up set calling Cosby a rapist. The audience laughed nervously, but the joke went viral. And suddenly, women started coming forward. Not 1, not 5. Over 60 women accused Bill Cosby of sexual assault, drugging, and rape spanning decades. The stories were horrifyingly similar. Cosby would invite young women aspiring actresses to meet him under the pretense of mentorship. He'd offer them a drink. They'd wake up hours later, disoriented, violated, with no memory of what happened. And for years, these women stayed silent because who would believe them over America's dad? In 2018, Cosby was finally convicted of aggravated indecent assault and sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. The man who once lectured the nation about morality was now inmate number NN7687. America was stunned. How could the man who taught us about family values be a monster? But here's the twist. In 2021, Pennsylvania's Supreme Court overturned his conviction on a technicality and released him from prison. Cosby walked free, smiling, unrepentant. He never apologized. He never admitted guilt. To this day, he maintains his innocence. Bill Cosby's fall from grace is one of the most shocking in Hollywood history. The beloved father figure was really a predator hiding in plain sight. And the worst part? He almost got away with it. Number 2. Diddy, from hip-hop mogul to federal prison. Sean "Diddy" Combs built an empire. Bad Boy Records. Billion-dollar businesses. He was the king of hip-hop, the man behind legends like Biggie Smalls, the entrepreneur who turned rap into a luxury brand. For decades, Diddy was untouchable. Until 2024, when everything exploded. In September 2024, federal agents arrested Diddy on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and running a criminal enterprise. The indictment read like a horror movie. Prosecutors accused him of hosting freak-offs, elaborate, days-long sex parties where women were allegedly drugged, coerced, and abused. According to the charges, Diddy used his power, his money, and his security team to control and intimidate victims. When federal agents raided his homes in Miami and Los Angeles, they found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Yes, you read that right. 1,000 bottles. The internet immediately asked, what kind of parties was he throwing? But the allegations got darker. Multiple women came forward claiming Diddy physically assaulted them, threatened them, and used his influence to silence anyone who spoke out. His ex-girlfriend Cassie filed a lawsuit in 2023 detailing years of abuse. The lawsuit was settled within 24 hours, but the damage was done. More victims started talking. As of December 2024, Diddy sits in a federal detention center in Brooklyn, awaiting trial. His bail was denied twice. Prosecutors called him a danger to the community and a flight risk. The trial is set for May 2025, and if convicted, Diddy faces life in prison. The man who once partied with presidents and hosted the biggest events in entertainment is now inmate number whatever they assign him. And according to Ranker's 2025 poll with 96,000 votes, Diddy is officially the most hated celebrity in America. From mogul to monster. That's one hell of a fall. Number 3. Ellen DeGeneres, the "be kind" queen who wasn't. Ellen DeGeneres built her empire on 3 words: be kind. For nearly 2 decades, she danced into our living rooms, gave away cars, surprised fans with gifts, and preached kindness like it was a religion. Ellen was the feel-good escape America needed. The woman who made us laugh and cry and believe in humanity. And then 2020 happened. It started with a tweet. Comedian Kevin T. Porter asked people to share their Ellen is mean stories. What followed was an avalanche. Fans, former staffers, and industry insiders unloaded horror stories. Ellen yelling at employees over their cologne. Ellen firing assistants for looking at her. Ellen creating a workplace so toxic that people cried in bathroom stalls. Then came the official investigation. Warner Brothers launched an internal probe into the Ellen DeGeneres show. Employees spoke about racist jokes, sexual harassment from producers, and a culture of fear where everyone walked on eggshells. One staffer claimed Ellen tried to get her fired from a second job because her nail polish was chipped. Yes. Nail polish. The woman who preached be kind was allegedly giving emotional chokehold behind the scenes. Fans were devastated. Hollywood insiders said, "Yeah, we knew." Ellen tried to apologize. She did a whole monologue about how she takes responsibility and how she's learning and growing. But nobody bought it. The show limped along for one more season before ending in 2022. Today, Ellen lives in quiet retirement, far from the cameras. She's 67 years old and reportedly done with Hollywood. But her reputation is destroyed. She went from America's Kindest talk show host to a cautionary tale about how power corrupts. Turns out, behind the dancing and the giveaways, Ellen DeGeneres was the villain in her own feel-good story. Number 4. Kevin Spacey, the Oscar winner Hollywood erased. Kevin Spacey was one of the greatest actors of his generation. American Beauty, The Usual Suspects, House of Cards, 2 Oscars, countless nominations. He was Hollywood royalty. Untouchable. Until October 2017, when actor Anthony Rapp accused Spacey of sexually assaulting him at a party in 1986. Rapp was 14 years old. Kevin Spacey was 26. The accusation broke during the height of the Me Too movement. Within days, more men came forward. Over 30 people accused Spacey of sexual misconduct, harassment, and predatory behavior. Stories emerged about him groping young men on set, making unwanted advances, and using his power to silence victims. Netflix immediately fired him from House of Cards. His scenes in Ridley Scott's All the Money in the World were completely res-hot with Christopher Plummer just weeks before release. Hollywood erased Kevin Spacey like he never existed. In 2023, Spacey went to trial in London on multiple sexual assault charges. He was acquitted. He cried in court, claiming he was innocent, that he was a victim of false accusations and a witch hunt. But even after the acquittal, Hollywood wants nothing to do with him. His career is over. No studio will hire him. No director will cast him. Kevin Spacey, 2-time Oscar winner, is persona non grata. He occasionally does interviews, insisting he's been unfairly treated. But the damage is done. Whether legally innocent or not, Kevin Spacey's name is now synonymous with scandal, abuse, and the dark side of Hollywood power. From Oscar winner to Hollywood outcast. That's Kevin Spacey's legacy now. Number 5. Oprah Winfrey, the queen with disturbing connections. Oprah Winfrey. The name alone conjures images of empowerment, generosity, wisdom. For decades, she was America's most beloved woman. The Oprah Winfrey Show dominated daytime TV for 25 years. She gave away cars. She launched careers. She built a billion-dollar empire while preaching compassion and connection. But lately, cracks have appeared in the Oprah mythology. And people are asking uncomfortable questions. In 2023, after the devastating Maui wildfires, Oprah and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson launched a fundraiser asking the public to donate money to victims. The problem? Oprah is worth $3 billion. The Rock is worth hundreds of millions. And people said, wait, why are billionaires asking us for donations? The backlash was swift and brutal. Even Aquaman star Jason Momoa, who lives in Hawaii, hinted at scammers circling the tragedy. The internet immediately wondered if he was talking about Oprah. The fact that Oprah owns massive amounts of property in Maui only made things worse. But the Maui fundraiser is just the beginning. People started digging into Oprah's connections. And what they found was disturbing. Oprah was close friends with Harvey Weinstein, the disgraced producer now serving 23 years in prison for rape. She brought actresses to him. She promoted his films. After his conviction, Oprah distanced herself but never really addressed why she was so close to a known predator for so many years. Then there's her friendship with Sean "Diddy" Combs, currently sitting in federal prison on sex trafficking charges. Oprah attended his parties. She praised him publicly. She was photographed with him countless times. And let's not forget Jeffrey Epstein. While Oprah wasn't directly linked to Epstein's crimes, her name appeared in proximity to his circle multiple times. People started saying Oprah was always at the scene of the crime. But the darkest story involves her school in South Africa. In 2007, Oprah opened the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls, a lavish boarding school for underprivileged girls. It was supposed to be her greatest philanthropic achievement. In 2007, just months after opening, a dorm matron was accused of sexually abusing students. The scandal rocked the school. Oprah flew to South Africa, cried on camera, and promised to fix things. But rumors persisted. Stories of missing girls. Stories of abuse being covered up. Stories of Oprah's school being less a sanctuary and more a nightmare. To this day, conspiracy theories swirl around that school. Are they true? We don't know. But the questions remain. And then there's her behavior on set. Former Oprah show audience members have shared stories about how cold and dismissive she was during commercial breaks. One cameraman said, "Oprah can fool most people, but not those who work with her." Actress Taraji P. Henson accused Oprah of underpaying her for the Color Purple musical film in 2023. The two had a public feud, with Taraji claiming Oprah used her star power to exploit black actresses. So who is the real Oprah? The generous billionaire who gives away scholarships? Or the woman with disturbing connections to some of Hollywood's worst predators? The truth, as always, is complicated. But one thing is clear, the queen of media's halo is slipping. And people are starting to see the woman behind the brand. Hollywood loves to sell us heroes. But sometimes, those heroes are hiding monsters. Bill Cosby, the father figure who was really a predator. Diddy, the mogul running a criminal empire. Ellen, the kindness queen with a cruel streak. Kevin Spacey, the Oscar winner erased from history. And Oprah, the beloved billionaire with connections that make you wonder. Fame doesn't guarantee decency. Money doesn't buy morality. And sometimes, the people we trust the most are the ones hiding the darkest secrets. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Hollywood's most hated stars, hit that subscribe button. We'll keep uncovering the truth behind the glitter and the lies. Because in Hollywood, nothing is ever what it seems.